justice moves at...
Because she's been at the forefront. And you have to excuse me, I'm just looking at my phone as we have producers inside just giving me information as things are happening. As far as what will happen next, that's a good question, Tanya. I spoke to Steve Greenberg, one of R. Kelly's attorneys who's in Chicago. When I asked him what he thought would ultimately happen today, he said, you know, I gave up a long time ago on trying to determine how jurors are thinking. I'm waiting to
Brooklyn has reached a verdict in the trial of the R&B singer R. Kelly. He was accused of sex trafficking. Our US correspondent Martha Kellner joins me now. So, Martha, what was the verdict?
Yeah, just in the last couple of minutes, this jury of 7 men and 5 women here at the federal courthouse in Brooklyn, New York, has convicted R. Kelly of racketeering. The prosecution have put forward the case over the past 6 weeks here that R. Kelly, an R&B music star, a 3-time Grammy Music Award winner, presided over a criminal enterprise that he used bodyguards, runners, security staff in order to facilitate his lifestyle of sexually abusing more than 20 girls, boys and women over the course of 2 decades. It's taken this jury 9 hours, 5 hours of deliberations today, 4 hours of deliberations on Friday last week to reach the verdict that R. Kelly is guilty of racketeering. He now faces between 10 years and life in prison. The judge is still reading out the charge sheet. He was charged with 9 separate offences by federal prosecutors here in Brooklyn, but racketeering was the most serious offence of which he was charged, and of that, this jury has found him guilty. Just to give you an idea of some of the incredibly disturbing testimony that this jury has had to listen to over the past 6 weeks, women have taken the stand, women and boys have taken the stand to say that whilst...
Well, ladies and gentlemen, R. Kelly has been found guilty. Now, this is not surprising news to some of us, but it still came back as a shocking revelations. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, smash that like button and hit that bell, and let's rock out with this updated news today. And before we do, let's pay these bills right quick, gang.
Keep a distance when I'm on solo mission. Fuck nigga, you don't wanna come a missing. Keep a distance when I'm on solo mission. Take this in, you gonna end up with the fishes.
Y'all go check out Kid Outlaw 600. I'm calling you guys and letting you know the new Mission song is a banger. While we're here trying to let this thing gather and know more, what is the reaction to R. Kelly, we're gonna go to some rundown of things that transpired over the situation so we can see what his mindset was during this time at all. If anything related, anything conveyed in your mind as fans and supporters or people who have a disdain for him, we're gonna let you guys tell us right now as we continue to circulate and show what's been transpiring during this R. Kelly documentary.
Underage girls. Let me put it to you this way, man. You know, unfortunately, the people that don't work for me says that. Who that do work for me don't say that. Put it to you this way, man. Issue of concern. What do you mean when you say issue of concern?
They've said that they're concerned that you like underage girls.
Let me put it to you this way.
That's right, R. Kelly, you don't have to put it anyways. If you can't answer it, we don't need the answer.
Yeah. I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time because your music is amazing. I mean, you're one of the geniuses of this era.
Thank God.
And one of the things that really stands out to me about your whole catalog is that, like Marvin Gaye and Prince only, you're able to do the spiritual stuff, you know, and I keep it real with my audience, you know. Church is something I grew for those, but I've had, you know, somewhat equal types of pressures, you know, losing my mother, you know, at some point. I had to continue going on, you know, with my career. I had to write. And somehow, when I lost my mom, my writing ability
music star, a three-time Grammy Music Award winner, presided over a criminal enterprise that he used bodyguards, runners, security staff in order to facilitate his lifestyle of sexually abusing more than 20 girls, boys and women over the course of 2 decades. It's taken this jury 9 hours, 5 hours of deliberations today, 4 hours of deliberations on Friday last week to reach the verdict that R. Kelly is guilty of racketeering. He now faces between 10 years and life in prison. The judge is still reading out the charge sheet. He was charged with 9 separate offences by federal prosecutors here in Brooklyn, but racketeering was the most serious offence of which he was charged, and of that, this jury has found him guilty. Just to give you an idea of some of the incredibly disturbing testimony that this jury has had to listen to over the past 6 weeks, women have taken the stand, women and boys have taken the stand to say that whilst they were having sexual relations with R. Kelly, he would keep them locked in rooms for days on end, that they would have to get his permission even to go to the toilet, that he would beat them if he deemed that they had disobeyed him. It really has been incredibly disturbing testimony. We're still waiting to hear whether R. Kelly, real name Robert Kelly, is in fact guilty of kidnapping and the other offence.
Prosecutors allege that he fixed his 2008 trial, and that is where he was found not guilty for child pornography. And again, excuse me, because people are coming in with emails. As far as Kelly's demeanor, he was stoic throughout, they're saying. And I can speak to seeing him in the courtroom early on when I was covering this in the first couple of weeks. And he really didn't show a lot of emotion or expression. There were times where you saw him lean over, pull his mask down, and have...
I'm doing business. It's just bring in other producers. I'm the producer in that, and this is what I do. I'm gonna produce you. The first one was successful, and I feel this is gonna be successful. It became a big deal. I mean, it became a really big deal, and where it was just some bad blood between us, and she didn't like it, and she left the company, signed with someone else, and then that person who she wanted to produce produced her. It didn't work out. She became really mad, really angry, and it's just been downhill ever since. So Sparkle, I would say, has a lot of reasons right now to be mad at me.
Do you believe that those reasons are turning into these accusations?
I really do believe in my heart it has something to do with it, yeah.
Let me ask you about career. You put out an album, Best of Both Worlds, with Jay-Z, highly anticipated. People said the sales would be through the roof. We have seen sales, while good, not what anyone anticipated. When Ron Isley mentioned you at the Soul Train Awards, there were boos in the audience. Are you concerned about your career?
I'm very concerned about my career, but most of all, I'm concerned about my life, because the career is after that, and that's what I should have seen in the beginning. In the beginning, I didn't see it. It was the career, it was R. Kelly, it was the bling bling, it was the women, the clubs. But now I'm looking at my life here. You know, I'm a human being. I have a life here to protect. Of course, I care about what people think about me, what they think about my music. I love my fans, love my music, but this is a bit more important than the music career, you know. And
now, when you see what R. Kelly's been doing or going through, it's hard to honestly feel sorry for him at all. But one thing I've noticed is a lot of people already threw it out and confined him to being guilty, or whatever the reasons they have to say, we got R. Kelly. My only thing about the nature of the situation is, are we going to keep that same energy for everybody else? All the other people that were involved in this situation, all the people who didn't say nothing? Because if R. Kelly is guilty, then a lot of you people are guilty as well. If R. Kelly is guilty, a lot of people need to be thrown under that jail as well. That's all I'm saying. It's amazing that the record companies, executives, mothers, parents, and everybody who was around during that time frame, era, all are not indicted federally or the state level at least right now. So that for me is somewhat shocking. It's somewhat confusing, being that we know the situation, we know the severity, to not see it and have a groundbreaking news.
Five women here at the federal courthouse.
We're gonna get that verdict
Jury
right
in
now.
Brooklyn has reached a verdict in the trial of the R&B singer R. Kelly. He was accused of sex trafficking. Our U.S. correspondent Martha Kellner joins me now. So, Martha, what?
Man, look, you guys, we're gonna do a great live today, great videos to talk about it. But I'm your guy, BlessOne. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live. R. Kelly has been found guilty. Tell us how you guys think about it. What's your opinion? Please leave it in the comment sections and give us the breakdown on how you feel about this entire mess. I'm your guy, BlessOne. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live.
When my soul's full of wind shooting from a distance. Keep a distance when I'm on a solo mission. Keep a distance when I'm on a solo mission. On a solo mission, fuck the competition. Fire with extensions, see the deposition. You the opposition, definition of a fuck nigga. Switching up like a hoe. Burn candles and flip them, kill a day. Gotta go run a show like Death Row. Zoes hopping out bushes in the trenches. Competition, I don't see them in my own lane. Block a fuck nigga in if he wants static. Shots